Before I talk about the quote that I have for you today, I do want to encourage you to like this video. Well, like the video after you've watched it, then hopefully you will like it. And also subscribe to the channel and ring the little bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload new videos. I make every effort to upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Videos go live at 8 a.m. on those days. And I believe you will be benefited by what I have to share with you. So I encourage you to do that. So now let's go on and I will share with you today's great quote. Leon Holguin here, and welcome to At Home with Music. And I'm continuing my series of great quotes concerning music and music education. And this particular quote comes from a rather unusual source, somebody that you may not have thought would have something to say about music. Music education opens doors that help children pass from school into the world around them. A world of work, culture, intellectual activity, and human involvement. The future of our nation depends on providing our children with a complete education that includes music. And that's a quote from Gerald R. Ford. Gerald Ford served as our 38th president, the 38th president of the United States. Ford was president of the United States from 1974 to 1977. He was the only president never to have been elected to the office of president or vice president. He previously served as the leader of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives. He was appointed to be the 40th vice president in 1973 when Spiro Agnew resigned. And then when President Richard Nixon resigned in 1974, Ford became president. And then he was defeated for re-election, or he wasn't elected in the first place. He was defeated for election to a full term in 1976. Now, while our 38th president was certainly not known as a musician, what he had to say about music education, I believe, was quite important and very true. I mean, look at what he said. He spoke of a world of work. You know, studying music, learning to play an instrument, that can go a long way toward developing a work ethic in any student, because, you know, learning to play an instrument, that requires some work. Studying music history, that exposes students to many different cultures, and it is certainly an intellectual activity. President Ford spoke of human involvement. Interesting thing about music is that it can only exist when it is produced by a human. It actually has to be performed, and it often involves a group of people. You see, music is the most collaborative of the arts. A painter works alone. A writer usually works alone. But when it comes to music, while it is true you can play an instrument or sing by yourself, very often you're producing music with other musicians. And I've talked about how valuable it is to be part of a group that's performing together. Now, it's true that composers, classical composers, they often worked alone, but they were clearly dependent upon performers to bring their creations to life. Even if they performed their own music, they need an audience to listen and to appreciate their work. So there's a sort of a collaboration going on there between performer and audience. But think about this. When you teach your children music, you're not just putting information into their minds. You're not just helping them develop a skill. You are enriching their life in more ways than you can imagine.